Hello everyone, my name is Tara G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The cast of Chicago Fire is comprised of a formidable group of brave firefighters who are never reluctant to respond to a cry for help. These courageous individuals find out every once in a while that one of the raging fires wasn't an accident at all. Here is where Tom Van Meter, played by Tim Hopper on Chicago Fire, comes into play. Van Meter makes it more difficult for those who take pleasure in witnessing the destruction of the earth to do so. Since his debut in Season 6, Van Meter has appeared in a number of episodes of Chicago Fire, and many of his visits have contributed to the discovery of a conspiracy involving arson. After piquing the interest of a particular firefighter in the field of arson investigation, Hopper recently caused a stir in the 11th season of the Chicago Fire television show. But who exactly is Tom Van Meter, and what exactly is his role in the Chicago Fire? Find out more about Van Meter and his significance in the One Chicago universe by reading on below. On Chicago Fire, who plays the role of Tom Van Meter? Character actor Tim Hopper, who has been in the business for many years, takes on the role of Office of Fire Investigation Captain Tom Van Meter on Chicago Fire and in the universe of One Chicago. In the same year that Hopper landed his first on-screen playing part in a made-for-television movie, he also joined the illustrious Steppenwolf Theater Company in Chicago, where he has been a member since 1988. He is a regular on many of producer Dick Wolf's series, having made appearances on Law & Order, Season 5, Episode 23, Pride, in 2 episodes of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, Season 2, Episode 8, Taken, and Season 7, Episode 21, Web, as different characters, in 2 episodes of Law & Order, Trial by Jury, Season 1, Episode 8, Skeleton, and Season 1, Episode 12. Boys Will Be Boys before being cast as Van Meter. Hopper appeared as a guest on Chicago Fire in Season 2, Episode 2, Prove It, and as a different character on Chicago Med in Season 1, Episode 11, Intervention. Both of these episodes aired before Hopper was cast as Van Meter. Van Hopper's other on-screen credits include roles in the movies Frankie and Johnny, Last of the Mohicans, To Die For, and School of Rock, as well as the roles of journalist Rick Don in 10 episodes of Oz, KGB informant Sanford Prince in 4 episodes of The Americans, and Dale Warwick in Utopia. In addition, Van Hopper played the role of Dale Warwick in the film Utopia. The part played by Tom Van Meter on Chicago Fire, Captain Tom Van Meter, who was first seen in Ignite on Contact from the 2nd episode of the 6th season of Chicago Fire, is the commander of the Office of Fire Investigation for the Chicago Fire Department and is an extremely experienced arson investigator. On multiple instances, while investigating suspicious fires, he came into contact with the Firehouse 51 squad. Since his debut in Season 1, Van Meter has made a point of visiting Firehouse 51 and spending time with the lovable firefighters on a yearly basis. The investigator had a prominent role in both Season 8 and Season 10 of Chicago Fire. During those 2 seasons, he interacted with either Kelly Severide, Taylor Kinney, or the other firemen in a total of 12 episodes that were extremely tense. Additionally, he made an appearance in the crossover episode of Chicago Med Season 8's opener, which took place after the apartment building owned by Dr. Will Halstead, Nick Gilfus, was purposefully set on fire. The part that Van Meter played in Severide's decision to leave Firehouse 51 because his father, Benny Severide, Treat Williams, had pursued a career in the field of arson investigation, and because numerous of Severide's fellow soldiers had been killed in fires during the course of their careers, Severide had long exhibited an interest in the field of arson investigation. However, in the episode Run Like Hell from Season 11, Episode 14, Johnny received a text from Van Meter that would change his life forever. After that, Severide contacted Stella Kidd, who was played by Miranda Ray Mayo, and requested her to meet him at the bar Molly's in One Chicago so that he could give her the urgent information. "Hey, I got your message regarding Van Meter," Stella said to Severide. The question, "What's going on?" Stella was given the phone by Severide so that she could examine the situation on her own. Stella exclaimed, "Wow," before turning to her husband and asking, "What are you going to do?" In order to find out the solution, Chai Hards had to watch the episode titled Damage Control from Season 11, Episode 15. During that particular episode, Van Meter paid a visit to the workplace of Chief Wallace Bowden, Eamon Walker, with the intention of informing Bowden that Severide had been extended an offer to participate in one of the most prominent arson investigation training programs in the world. What's the catch? Because the program was about to begin right away in Alabama, one of the most valuable members of the squad had no choice but to hurry out of Chicago and go to Alabama to take advantage of the chance. "I just wanted to explain in person," the Van Meter said Bowden. "I just wanted to make sure you understood." "What? Are you serious?" Bowden said in disbelief. "Why did you remove my squad lieutenant from duty with only a day's notice?" Van Meter retorted, "Well, to be fair, Severide could have said no. However, Wallace, this particular training curriculum for arson investigators is unrivaled anywhere else in the world, without a doubt. A chance like this one that came up at the 11th hour? Severide is lucky to have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There is no other candidate that comes to me who would be more qualified for the role than that individual. I really hope that you can comprehend." After that, there was a gloom over Severide. The most recent piece of information on his departure from Firehouse 51 carried a lot of emotional weight. Joe Minoso, found out that Severide had already finished the arson training program and been recruited for a high-stakes investigation. But he hadn't told anyone about it. Joe Minoso, played the role of Joe Cruz. Stella, Severide's wife, hadn't even gotten the update from, let alone about, her husband, let alone about his plans for the future in Chicago. Not obvious at all. Stella then departed the city towards the conclusion of the 11th season of Chicago Fire in order to find her man. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.